name is Tim. The name of this channel is Pseudo Mechanic, and in this build we are taking a 1983 Honda Civic hatchback and installing an Acura J32A1 engine with a 2006 Acura Tl 6-speed manual transmission. I hope you like it. It is perhaps the first of its kind. I've seen other mid-engine Civics. The reason behind this project is that we like rally cars. Rally cars. Rally cars. We look specifically at cars like the Peugeot 205 T16 and the MG Metro for our inspiration, and we're going to put together this car in a way that we think Acura, Honda might have built it if the technology had been available. We're going to maintain the essence of the 83 Civic. We're going to keep the style of it. We are going to build a wide body kit for it, probably out of metal, with some fiberglass and carbon fiber components. But our overall goal is to build something that Honda could have and would have built. So I'm going to give an explanation of what we've done so far. And I say we because this is not my vehicle, this is Mike's vehicle. Mike will be around later. But Mike and I have been friends since grade school. We both have done lots of car projects, motorcycle things, but we've never done one together. So we decided to do something that was really kind of radical and outrageous. So we acquired a 2002-2003 Acura 3.2 TL. It is an automatic, as all of them were until 2004. And our first 2 days were spent disassembling the wiring, the dash, the interior of the TL, clearing as much as we could out of the way. Once we had the firewall and all the wiring pulled out of the way, we got out the saws to do a rough cut. Now we're going to trim the shell back considerably before we try to install it in the Civic, so the rough cuts and unfinished look are totally acceptable. So far today I've finished disassembling everything that is holding the body shell onto the subframe. The plan is to remove the subframe, or just to leave the subframe in place, and remove the body shell, clean it and structurally reinforce it, and then trim it back so that it's only as much as we need to install in the Civic. I am not a Honda mechanic. I'm not even a real mechanic. I have worked as a mechanic on a very limited basis. Tried my hand at tuning cars, some of which tuned up nice, some of which did not, some of which was my fault, some which was not. But that's an interesting thing about being a mechanic, is that people bring cars to you in condition that are sometimes ready to be high performance and sometimes not. So here's the front of the Acura Tl. It is nearly ready for me to remove the body section from the subframe. The wiring is going to all remain on the motor for now. After I get the shell off, I will start disassembling the motor from the transmission, install the 6-speed, and have the shell prepared, and then I will put the shell or unibody section back on the subframe, and we will start cutting on the Civic to start mocking up the install. So here's a little bit more of the Civic. The Civic is sitting on jack stands. I have removed the rear suspension, the gas tank, the exhaust system. I have not removed the engine, transmission, or anything under the front of the car, as nothing is in the way. So here's the inside of the Civic, stripped out as far as I need it to be. This car was an automatic, so it is being used as a toolbox right now. We're building this car outside. The reason we are building this car outside is that most people do not have a shop full of tools that are on a professional level. We have everything we need. We have ordered a gantry, you know, but some of these type of builds, you see everybody uses a frame table, and that's a very nice thing to have, but a frame table is not essential for doing this kind of a project. So we will show you exactly what does need to be done. The build quality should be as good as anything you will see on YouTube. In this next segment, I'm going to be fiddling with the rest of the wiring and get the Acura Tl unibody section off of the subframe so that we can get a look at what we have. I completed disassembly of the car's suspension subframes, removed the engine and transmission, and I have turned the unibody over so that I can clean the underside of it. I've removed all the nuts, bolts, screws, clips, anything that is not metal has been removed. And so this next segment is going to be me washing the unibody and then reattaching, washing the unibody section and then reattaching the subframe.